to inform you that we will not be moving forward with your application. We have decided to go forward with other candidates at this time. Dear Evan, this position has been filled. Unfortunately, you have not been selected for the next round. We will not be proceeding with your application. We have decided to go. I saw your application. You really got hit. I'm sorry. You're not good at this. I understand. Unfortunately, it is not 2019 anymore where we can just apply to 100 places and expect 10 interviews back. We're in 2024 where job markets are in the fucking dumpster and everybody, including PhDs, master's students, and undergraduates, are applying for the same internships. So we need to also change the way that we approach recruiting. The purpose of this video is to outline a strategy that I took from when I was in finance and recruiting for investment banking and incorporated it into computer science and software engineering related roles. Two variables you want to optimize. Calls and referrals. The higher these two numbers, the higher the likelihood that your application will be seen. If you have a shit resume and you emailed like literally everyone in fucking Canada or USA, not only did you just establish the worst reputation possible for yourself, you will also become a meme amongst recruiters. Just remember that like everybody talks, people are going to be like, hey, do you see this guy called Sandy apply? No. Who is Sandy? Yeah, Sandy is this guy who worked at McDonald's and claimed to refactor their code base from the cashier. 80% of you probably should not be applying to jobs. You should probably work on your resume, bro. In 2020, if you were to have a referral, you were 12 times more likely to have an interview than someone who didn't. Nowadays, where there's like a million more applicants, literally, what do you think the effect is of a referral? So respectfully, fuck your current strategy. I'm going to show you the actual way that will save you time and just mental bandwidth in the next few minutes. So one major difference between mass applying and networking is the timeline. With mass applying, you're just seeing the next thing that comes up on LinkedIn and then applying to it, right? But for networking, you're anticipating when these recruiters are going to post so that you can say what's up to them like a month in advance so that your name is in their brain once they see your application. They're going to be like, okay, I've actually spoken to this guy. I know what his face looks like. He's not that ugly. Let's give him an interview. What this actually looks like is going on LinkedIn and finding one of these GitHub repositories where they show you, okay, this company posted at this month last year. Maybe, this is not guaranteed, maybe these companies are going to post this year. That's the logic, right? So then you make a list of when these companies are going to post and then make sure that you reach out to them. So after you know who's going to be hiring and at what date they're going to be hiring, you want to find out who the recruiters are. You have two options for this. Either you can go on LinkedIn and literally search up the companies that you're interested in and then be like, oh, Sandra works at Apple and I know Apple's hiring in 3 months. Let me send this templated message to Sandra. This year I didn't do that. I hate LinkedIn with a passion, so I avoid it like the fucking plague. But I wrote a Python script that would feed in a CSV file full of the companies that I am interested in networking with. And it gives me all the emails of the recruiters and the developers. And I get to just like not manually, but automatically send out emails as a cron job so that I don't have to touch anything after I come up with that list. And you don't have to do this, obviously, but if you're a developer, I really suggest against manually sending out Gmails. After all, you're a fucking developer, and if you can't even do this type of shit, like, I don't know how you would even pass the interviews. So you're like, okay, what do I say? I have the person's email, I have the person's LinkedIn. Selling yourself, right? Not like your body, although with this job market, that may be an option. But you're trying to convey your abilities and how you can help the company. Don't fucking paste your cover letter here, right? It should be very brief. People don't want to read shit, all right? They don't want to like look at an email and be like, oh, nice, there's a fucking book here. What I basically say is, and I'll put my email down below. If you want a template, please shoot me an email. Is, hi, my name is Evan. I am a third-year student at UBC. I study business and computer science. I'm interested in your internships for upcoming summer or fall. If you have 15 minutes to chat about this, please give me some time. I'll be sure to make it work. Okay, so now the easy part is done. And now you actually got on a call with somebody and you're standing there and be like, oh shit, I've never actually spoken to anybody that's not on text over Discord. I want to say, these calls are like a dance, okay? It's a dance. You don't actually want to talk about what you want, but both of you know what it is. You want a fucking job. So actually the subtext during this call is just like, please give me a job. Please give me a job. But you're not going to say it, obviously, because you want to be subtle. So I've, at this point, done at least 200 calls. And my calendar was like 3, 4, maybe even 5 back-to-back in a day. And in the beginning, I was fucking bombing. Like, I would have so many minutes of awkward silence that, like, my ass was clenching, like, before every call. I was like, dude, if I have another one of these calls, I'm never doing this again. I'll probably just be homeless. There's 2 major insights that I would say from having these calls is, number 1, your goal is to be friends with these people, right? And not in a superficial way. Like, you actually want to, like, have a connection with this person, not even for the purpose of getting a job, but also it's like, you want to gain your, like, a network. Like, there's a reason why network is named network. The other thing is you should take control of the call very, very fast, right? Obviously, in the first 2 minutes, shoot the shit, talk about last night's game. You know, the weather's been nice, where are you from, yada, yada, yada. And once you feel like you can start taking a hold of the call, you say, all right, so I'm going to make this call very, very short for us. I value your time and my own. So I think the way that we can do it is I can first introduce myself, and then you can do the same. And then I have a couple questions regarding your line of work and what you've been doing at XYZ company. Sound good? You ask, sound good? And you're like, yeah, of course, go ahead, because I'm not a dickhead. I'm not going to be like, oh, it doesn't sound good, right? And then you go off and you start introducing yourself. All this to say that you just need to get on the phone with people and be friends with them. You might ask, why would I go through all of this shit? All of this shit for a job that might even get replaced by AI, and it probably doesn't even pay that much. It's gonna be work, right? But it's better to at least try than be like, okay, the economy is fucked, I'm just gonna wait. That's how losers talk. And if you're watching my videos, you're not a fucking loser. So